I thought I'd do yet another unrelated video. I think it's been quite a few in the series so far. I'm going to be reviewing the 1980 film The Elephant Man, starring John Hurt and Annie Hopkins, among others. I've just finished watching the film, and oh my god, they were both amazing. The basic story of The Elephant Man is it's about Joseph Merrick, who was a deformed man in the 19th century. He had a facial disfigurement, and he was called the Elephant Man because of that disfigurement. And he gets taken in by a doctor who's in the film played by Annie Hopkins. And this doctor helps him and just helps him, exist. And he doesn't treat him like an exhibition or a circus performer or a circus animal. And when I read all the reviews about the film, I was like, well, a lot of them said it was a very moving film. And I was like, well, I'm not too sure. It might be one of those like really long, boring films. And then I watched it, and I must have cried 3 times in different occasions. And oh my gosh, Annie Hopkins was amazing. At first, I didn't realise it was actually him who was doing the role, but he was just amazing in that. And John Hurt was just astounding. Seriously, I've seen him in other things, especially like dystopian, films, and then seeing him in this, in Elephant Man, and I'm just like, wow, he's amazing. He's just such a superb actor, and he portrays Joseph Merrick in such a way that it makes you question a lot of things. It makes you question the way that you treat people who don't look the same as you, or who look different, or who have a disfigurement of some sort, because they're people as well, and that's what we really don't remember, really, in life, when the world's too busy being small-minded. And I think the Joseph Merrick story is a very fascinating one, and I've only done sort of preliminary research into it, but I know that there's a lot of stuff about him out there. And I just love the film, I realised, and it's just such an amazing piece of like filmic. It's a beautiful film, filmic. It's from amazing filmic legacy. Yeah, it's just so beautifully done, and it's in black and white as well. So that makes it probably 100 times better, because it makes it just more real. And it makes you feel like you're in 19th century, Victorian society, where, anybody who looked strange or weird was seen as, they were just a circus freak. And I can't believe how amazing John Hurt was. He was just so perfect for the role, and I can't imagine anybody else playing the role of this, amazing man who was a victim of his time, who I think, and he's a very tragic character as well, because obviously he wanted just to be like everyone else and sleep lying down instead of sleeping straight up and sitting up. And the scenes between Hopkins and Hurt were just so beautiful. As an audience, as a viewer, it just is so deep and so emotional, and I can't really describe it, even if I tried. It's just such a beautiful film, and it's made me reconsider the way that I think about people who are different because of disfigurement or things like that. And the film was just so nuanced, and it was just so. I think I've probably said enough how beautiful it was. I just wish I could fully describe how I felt about this film, because initially I was thinking just doing it straight off, turn the camera straight after I just stopped the film. But I didn't have floods of tears. It was so sad. The camera work was amazing. Cinematography was perfect. It was just, I love it. And if you haven't seen the film, I really recommend you do. And if you if you don't know anything about Joseph Merrick himself, in the film he's called John Merrick. I don't know why, but he just is. I really recommend you do, because he sounds like a really interesting character who was unfortunate, and he did manage to find people who loved him and cared about him, and in the Doctor, who, you know, he found a friend, and even if the Doctor was just there to look after him, this film's not going to leave me for a very long time. There's, I don't know, it's just, I really don't know what to think, and I don't think I'm going to find the answer anytime soon. I just felt like just doing a review, because I felt like it'd actually stay with, it'd be more meaningful than just a video about what is in my bedroom, because I've done one of those before, and I've done a room tour before, but I felt like just doing a film review would be more fun and more enjoyable and more useful. Okay, see you soon, bye!